Arizona State obviously has played really well. Arizona had a little bump in the road down in the Bahamas, but there's no debating their talent. That is one talented team. So UCLA got the big win against Kentucky, which is really big for our league. So I think everybody's starting to play a little bit. You lose as many players as we did to the draft last year, which was one of our best years. I think 14 guys in the draft. You're going to start out a little slow. Guys are going to build up a little bit, but you know, hopefully we've got a lot more. I've been disappointed in the way that we've played at times. I think there's a lot more in the tank. So I sure hope that we start making that ground up and start moving in the right direction.
What have you been able to do with it? It's been kind of about a week in between your guys' last game and this. Do you guys use that time to kind of go over anything that you might not have during the non-conference part?
Yeah, we went home for 4 days. We gave them the 21st, 22nd, 23rd, 24th completely off. We came back Christmas night and had a late workout Christmas night, and so we've had 3 days here where we've worked pretty hard. The guys have done a good job. They didn't respond real. I think they had a little too much Christmas. That 25th wasn't very good practice, but they bounced back a little bit and had a good one yesterday. I hope we have a good one today. Be ready to go. But there's so many things that we've got to work on, Tyson. You can't pinpoint one thing. I wish there was just like one thing, but our ball movement on the offensive end needs to improve. Our physicality on the boards needs to improve. Defensively, our communication, gosh, I thought we'd be further along by now with our communication. So, there's just not one thing that we can pinpoint that, okay, if we lock this down, we can make a big jump. It's a series of things. I think the guys are working at them. I think they see them on film and they realize we got work to do. But right now we're not making the steps quick enough.
You guys had the PK80, but then some softer teams as well in the non-conference. Do you feel prepared enough coming out of the non-conference?
We are. We did have some games that we hoped would develop our team. And in a lot of aspects, I think that was correct. We didn't play well in some of the bigger games that we had, and I was disappointed there. So now it just got to get better. There's nothing we can do about the 13 games we've played. All we can focus on is the league, the conference, and see how well we can play. And obviously a big part of that is taking care of business at home. Any conference play, that. If you're going to have a good conference season, you got to take care of business at home. We've done a decent job of that the last few years. So hopefully, Friday night we can get it kicked off here at home.
Some more excitement for Pac-12 play, or more curiosity if you guys are ready for that step up in talent?
No, I think excitement's a better word. I think our guys, ready for the challenge, want the challenge. So, Pac-12 games always mean a little bit more. That's any league you're in, because the people you're going against, the coaches, the players, you see them 2 or 3 times a year depending on if you play them in the tournament and who your schedule breaks down. We're only going to play Utah and Colorado once this year. So but the Pac-12 games, as in any conference, they get a little bit more edge to them because the teams you're going against.
For a lot of your guys, the Pac-12 grind will be new to them. Have you had to have any talks with them about maybe what to expect playing 2 games in 3 days most times?
Well, we haven't. We're worried about Utah, and that's all we've had our conversations on. With 5 freshmen and some transfers that haven't been through it. It will be new to them, but I don't want them looking ahead. I want them worried about one game, and that's Utah on Friday night, and we'll worry about the next one the next day. But I think our guys need to really just worry about the next game and getting better each day in practice so we can prepare for the game.
When you watch Utah, what concerns you?
Their inside strength. They're a senior-dominated team with Khaled inside. Rawson, they're good inside. They start 4 seniors. Very experienced team. They're kind of the opposite of what we are. They're really experienced, and we've got a lot of new guys going out there against them. And Larry always does a good job. They're always a well-coached team, well put together, and so it'll be a tough test for us, no doubt.
You think you'll have to lean on Kenny a little bit, or will this be a kind of a good development game for him to see where he's at?
Well, all our inside guys are going to have to play. You know, I mean, it's going to be important that they all come prepared to play because they're going to throw it inside to Colette. You know, they start every ball game throwing it in there. You know, so we know they're going to throw it in there, and they just do a good job. And so Kenny will be a big part of that. Mike, you know, had a little positive outing against Central Arkansas. He's going to have to play well. Roman's going to have to be ready to go. You know, Mikhail's going to have to play well. Our inside guy's going to have to play well.
Is Paul available?
I don't believe so. He hasn't practiced yet, so unless something changes today, I don't believe he'll be ready to go Friday night.
Would he be the only person that has any sort of?
Yes, yes. Everybody else ready to go.
Coach, you guys have been really good against Utah in recent years. Is there a reason that traditionally you've had so much success against them?
I don't think so. We've been fortunate. You know, we've played well on certain nights. You know, that we've won a couple close ones at their place. You know, so you know, sometimes those things, you know, you're fortunate. You know, it's basketball. Some games you're fortunate, other games you can't figure out, you know, how you lost that game. You played well, you did things right, and it just doesn't go your way. So we've been really fortunate against them. We do have a little streak going, but this is a whole new team. That has nothing to do with this year's team, and that's why I told our guys, I said, hey, you know, everybody we play is new team. This isn't us, you know, from the past years. All those guys are gone. This is a new team, and we're going to have to play really well.
I think your team leads the league in defensive field goal percentage. Does that surprise you at all, or do you feel like that was something coming?
Well, I think Kenny's saved us a bunch there because he's taken away some easy ones. When we've rebounded the ball and not given up second shots, that's been a plus. You know, I think our competition's had something to do with that. You know, so we'll find out here in the next 3 weeks where our defensive field goal percentage is at. Same with our rebounding. You know, we are leading the league in those two categories, which is, you know, great. But we're going to find out in the next 3 weeks with these 2 at home and 3 on the road where exactly we mesh.
I know you addressed this in the statement already, but are you guys have you guys developed any sort of ways to avoid the situation that led to the NCAA?
Yes, we've made mistakes, and we've taken action to correct them. The university reported those violations, and we've taken steps, and we will maintain those steps.
Did you think that the level 2 penalty was harsh?
I don't know. Haven't been through this. Been fortunate. You know, in a 38-year career, we haven't been through this, so I have no idea. Be discussed at a later date, I guess. So.